toilets were built, and across the households, regardless of whichever religion, whichever caste they belong to, and they were given the nomenclature of Izzat Ghar. So I said the other day, 3S: Suraksha, Swachhata, and Samman. And if you ask young girls across the state, they would confess that whatever else it might be, notwithstanding that, they feel much safer now compared to what it was earlier. It was very amusing listening to these young girls saying कि पहले घर से बाहर निकलते थे तो माँ स्कूटी पर अकेले नहीं जाने देती थी. Now we feel confident. So I think it's a beginning of a new political culture, and thanks to Prime Minister Modi, who has got India rid of that the culture which was deeply embedded in the feudalist thoughts of being tagged down or trapped down to
Mr. Minister, you mentioned the Prime Minister and his role, and there's no doubt that the woman voter is something that needs to be looked at. You've got a huge lead, Mr. Singh, about women voters. We saw that in our exit poll as well. What about Yogi Adityanath, Chief Minister?
Yes.
Does this victory, Mr. Minister, catapult him on the national stage as a potential future successor to Mr. Modi? Is that how you see him now? How much credit do you give him?
I see. As far as this issue is concerned, I think this is a foregone conclusion. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is the leader of Bharatiya Janata Party, and if you are referring to the kind of you are tactically trying to mention the succession pattern, I think from the series 1 to 10, it is Modi. So the election in 2014 was fought under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi. 2019 again Modi. Uttar Pradesh was fought under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi in 2022, and again in 2024 it's going to be fought under the leadership.
That's very interesting. You're almost saying Mr. Modi is like what Amitabh Bachchan was in Bollywood in the late 70s, number 1 to 10, and then everyone else. But somewhere surely there's space for Yogi Adityanath.
You could put it that way.
There is space
No,
Mr.
Chief Minister,
for Yogi Adityanath or not?
No, certainly as Chief Minister he was entrusted with the responsibility of translating all the Modi schemes on the ground, which he has done diligently. So the credit which is due to him goes to him. But you cannot draw a match. I think that's beyond discussion. It's Modi all over.
Can I just ask you, given these victories, there's much talk because you're from that part of Jammu and Kashmir also going to the polls now in July, August. Is that the next agenda? Am I going to see you out there in a few months?
Yeah, actually, what are the exact dates going to be for the election in J&K is to be decided by the Election Commission of India. But as far as BJP is concerned, I've been saying this all along, we are a 24/7 party. We are not the ones who start visiting temples on the eve of an election. We are always geared up for any election, whether it's a panchayat election, the district council, or the corporation, or the assembly. And the culture is such that each one of us, regardless of whatever the position, is primarily a karyakarta. So all of us, join the election campaign in whichever state it happens. So we are fully prepared. And as far as Jammu and Kashmir specifically is concerned, you would appreciate that the opposition parties have already, gone missing because there is hardly any opposition left now. Because the reach of Prime Minister Modi's schemes has touched across the sections of society, not only in the Jammu region but also in the Kashmir Valley. The beneficiaries of Izzat Ghar, the beneficiaries of Shauchalayas, the beneficiaries of the gas cylinders are not only women or men from a particular community but across the community lines. And as I said that day in Lucknow, they may not say so openly for whatever reasons, but when it comes to casting a secret ballot, they always vote for Modi. And that has been proven by the kind of percentage we received of the women voters even in Uttar Pradesh.
Absolutely right, Mr. Minister. It's an important point, and I think now it's going to have to be developed by political scientists. 2 points. One is the woman voter, and one is the Labharthi community. It's not as if welfareism didn't exist before 2014, but the ability to ensure that the last mile delivery reached those who really needed it is, I think, a big success of the Modi model. And the second part, as I said, is the woman voter. What is it that the woman voter has got? She seems to have got convenience, the Shanchalaya being an example, and importantly, she's got a sense of status. As the minister put it, Izzat Ghar. And I think we, even whatever else you may have flaws in the Modi model of governance, last mile delivery will have to be examined, especially the Labharti model.
This is the second state where this has happened, Rakesh, because exactly the same happened in Bihar as well, where again the RJD Congress would have won, except for women pushing Nitish Kumar and the BJP over the finishing line. Here as well, you've got the BJP with a 16% advantage amongst women, whereas the advantage amongst men is only 4%. Women are literally holding Prime Minister Modi and Yogi on their shoulders.
Modi had demolished the electoral package. The kind of the women were guided by their main form in the election, who to vote, how to vote. Now you see they have family evidence some men are for the some other party, but the women are in their own line of action. But most importantly, one of the things
So your mic is fallen, we'll just come back to the
Right from 1952 to today, never has UP seen the top two parties getting 97% of the seats. They are getting now leading 391 out of 401 seats. This has never happened in the history of UP elections. That you have such a strong bipolar contest. Right from the time of the United we have not seen such a big percentage of seats being won by the top two parties.
And what it's done, therefore, it made it that much more difficult for the Samajwadi Party, despite what Akhilesh did. Interesting strategic analysis, because remember, Rahul, the highest ever vote that the Samajwadi Party has got is 28%. They are getting their highest record vote, but still can't beat the BJP because the BJP started from a higher arithmetical base. And honestly, this is what anyone who should have studied UP would have recognized. Samajwadi Party needed a 15% swing in their favor. They've got about 6 to 8%.
Now 12% swing.
Yeah, but it's, you needed a huge swing. You're not going to get that because the BJP is going to be where it is. It is getting that 43 to 45%.
This time what I find that Muslims vote remain undivided. Last time Muslims got divided. This time they solid vote for the Samajwadi Party. Two things are very important in this election. Prime Minister Modi has created a national identity in different form, and the parties which are people from region, caste, linguistic identity, they are associating with this identity. It's a reflection of the soft power of India in the form of culture nationalism. You see how the decolonized mind, how his speeches in parliament, outside the parliament, he's quoting the scriptures from the Tamil poet to the Radharis Dilkar. These are all things which are disseminating in the mind of people.
Good point. I just want to go back to Goa for a minute because it's still boiling. Look at what has happened there. Aam Aadmi Party is a story. As I said last time,
Mostly the
I'll tell you 1 minute. Last time contested all seats, lost their deposits everywhere but one. They are now leading in 2. Remember, for a political party, it's a slow ride up. It's not easy. They are leading in 2, and one of them is they are defeating Churchill Alema of the TMC, who simply took the TMC ticket, has been in every party, and he's been defeated by someone I met, Betsy Vegas. Again, 35-year-old guy who's contested a Panchayat election, won it, now is defeating the mighty Churchill Alema by 2,300, which is effectively means that he's in pole position to win. The point I'm making is that Goa also is undergoing churning. In fact, if the opposition had arrived, the BJP would have been swept out. The only reason the BJP is winning Goa is a fragmented opposition, especially in South Goa. But if the BJP numbers fall to 15, we could have all kinds of games going on late into the night in Goa. So Goa is where the poll will probably take place tonight after 10 p.m. That's when.
Sir, are you saying